It's fucking hot.
Yeah.
All right, we want to thank all y'all for coming out. If you don't mind, just stand by your head for prayer.
Father, we thank you for our time together. God, everything we do acknowledging you. We ask you to bless that the time spent tonight would change lives forever. That the impact that we have on these young people would be with them for the rest of their lives. God, everything we say and do in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is our 7th week. I don't even think my brothers know this. This is our 7th workshop. Y'all knew the preparation that went into just doing one workshop. You know, putting subjects together. It was a lot of like how we gonna do it. You know, we gotta understand we're just learning this as we go. So here we are in week 7, and the subject for tonight is spiritual awareness, and basically dealing with that person in the mirror. Dealing with the person in the mirror, I think, is very important because it's something I didn't start thinking about till I was an adult. You know, so we want to dig tonight into that war that goes on between everybody. You at least got 2 people inside of it, at least 2. Some have 4 or 5. But you at least got 2 people inside of it. And I think it's interesting because the world says if you hear voices, you bipolar. You got a problem. But let's just be honest. If we honest, who does not hear voices? Who has never heard the voice? All right, so we all bipolar. my psychologist standards. But like I say, for me, it was a big thing, like, because I never really addressed it at y'all age. So hopefully we can get y'all to thinking early how to deal with that person in the mirror. So our first speaker is going to be our very own Pastor Rich. He's part of our group. Y'all give him a hand.
Good evening. Good evening. This guy went to a tailor to get a suit made. And when he went back to try the suit on, he put the suit on and the sleeve was too long. And he told the tailor, he said, man, look at this. The tailor told him, oh, just hold your arm like that. Just hold your arm like that. He said, the leg on the pants too long. He said, oh, just twist your leg like that and hold your arm like this. So the guy stepped out on the street with his suit on, like this. And 2 guys were coming. They looked at the guy and said, wow, what you think wrong with him? He said, you think he was born like that? What kind of disease is that? The other guy said, I don't know, but he sure got a good tailor. Some of you all are twisting and turning to fit into something that does not fit you. You're trying to be somebody that's not you. The you that we know at church and at home is not the you that shows up at school. The you that shows up at school is like this. It's complicated because man himself is a complicated being. Man is a 3-part being. His body, soul, and spirit. And the problem with solving a problem with man is that you don't always know in which area the problem is originating. Now think about three circles. The inner circle, three concentric circles. The inner circle is the spirit, the middle circle is the soul, and the outer circle is the body that you touch and feel. A better example is three cylinders. Think of three cylinders, okay? Think of two smaller bottles inside this bottle, but the two smaller bottles on the inside have holes in them that let whatever is on the inside flow into all three of the cylinders. Anybody ever heard sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me? Kids too young, they have heard that. They told us that lie, didn't they? Because some words felt like a punch in the stomach. What causes most arguments and fights?
Words.
What causes most arguments and fights? Words. This thing that they told us was not important. What affects you the most?
Words.
When other people speak to you. Their tone, right? And the words they say to you. Now, man being a three-part being, the part that is created in God's image is the spirit. But then you got your soul, where you got your emotions, your will, your intellect. So what's affected when somebody speaks to you harshly out of those three parts? If you want to fight, that's your will. So that's where? In your soul. Right? Now, with the man being a three-part being, and the spirit is the part of the man that is created in God's image, when the spirit leaves the body is dead. We say things like, when my spirit leaves my body, when it's actually me that's leaving. You are a spirit being having a human experience. Because you will keep on being after this human experience is over. Problem is that you react to what you touch and feel, and what impacts the two outer circles, or the two outer cylinders, the soul and the body. That's what you react to, right? And that's what you try to please. I want to give you two things to keep for the rest of your life. You can never do enough for an ungrateful person. Why? Because they're ungrateful. It doesn't matter what you do if they're ungrateful, right? Now tell me, are you grateful? Do you think about the sacrifices that are made for you to have what you have? Or is it always about what you don't have? Because with an ungrateful person, it's always about what you didn't do. Never about what you did. The other thing I want to leave with you is you can never get enough of the wrong thing. Why? Because it's the wrong thing.
That's right.
You can never get enough vitamin E to address a vitamin D deficiency. And you see, because man is so complex, and we don't always know where the problem is emanating from, we try to solve internal problems with external solutions. Am I making sense to you? We try to solve a problem. We feel a need. And we think a relationship, our friendships, a game, our buddies can meet a need that can only be met by a relationship with your Creator. Am I making sense to you? Am I over your head? Am I getting through to you? Am I making sense to you? There are needs that you have that can only be met through a relationship with your Creator. You can't drive fast enough. You can't go through enough relationships. Nothing can meet that internal need of the Spirit except Spirit. Make this sense to you? Now, what is the most important thing to you? Your family. And what do you find that you get from your family? Love, respect, significance, right? Anybody else? What's the most important thing to you? Significance, isn't it? Everybody wants to be around people that make them feel good about themselves, right? Right? So when you say, I like Fred, what you really said is, I like the fact that Fred likes me. That's what you like about Fred, because if Fred didn't like you, would you still like Fred? So what you really like is the fact that Fred likes you, right? The spiritual component of man in you can only respond to the Spirit of the Creator that created you. Nothing else can meet that need. You need to be healthy in all three components, because what happens in one affects all three. The Bible says that a strong spirit can carry a sick body, but a wounded spirit, who can bear it? The doctors say that 80% of people in the hospital are there because of emotional issues. That if they were healthy emotionally, which is in their soul, right? Right? Your emotions are in your soul. That their body would not be sick. So you want to be healthy. Body, soul, and spirit. Okay? So when you're acting out and being out of character, now you go to church, right? Are you being a hypocrite when you're in church acting like an angel? Or are you being a hypocrite when you're out there acting like you got on that bad fitting suit that's not really you? Which one is being a hypocrite? No. one with the bad suit is the hypocrite. Because your Creator has accepted you and regenerated you, and you are what He says you are, not what you out there trying to pretend you are. So don't go out there and represent yourself to be something that you're not, when you know that you regenerated and that your behavior should reflect that. Okay? Question. I'm open for questions. Yes, sir. A hypocrite is somebody pretending to be something that they're not. And you know, a lot of folk say they don't go to church because there are so many hypocrites in church. But you know what I say to that? If you're going to hide behind something, you got to be smaller than what you hide behind. So if you're going to hide behind a hypocrite, you got to be smaller than that. Question? No more questions? Yes, sir.
You're talking about the spirit, right? So how do you know that it's God speaking to you or it's like the devil speaking to you? We all have, you asked the question, no, you didn't ask the question. Soto asked in the beginning, do we have like voices speaking to us, right? So how do you know it's the voice of God and the voice of the devil speaking to us?
Well, I don't want to offend anybody else's religion because we embrace all religion. But I'm a Christian, and my Bible says clearly, my sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. But the way how do you know your mom's voice? You know your mom's voice from anybody else's voice. Relationship, time spent. That's how you get to know the voice. And studying the Word of God. If it doesn't line up with the Word of God, it's not God. And see, people try to, I don't want to take too much time, brother, because I know we got other people coming. You know, I'm a preacher. I stay up until it's time to take up the offering. But people make mistakes about voices, and they say, well, the devil would never tell you to do something good. And that's not true. That simply is not true. Just like the drug man always give you the first hit free. The devil will set you up by telling you 2 or 3 things that work out until you get comfortable with that voice. And then he'll tell you something that's a little bit more over the edge and a little bit more over the edge. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to know not only the voice, but the character of the person you're listening to. Questions? That does y'all can ask questions too. No more questions? Come on, spit it out. Spit it out. Come on, ask your question. All right, I'm done.
All right. We got one question. We got one. So real, where's the devil?
Where is the devil? At this current time? That's your question, right? He is still free. He's not in hell. He's walking to and fro in the earth, seeking whom he may find. All right. He's still influencing people. He's still impacting life. Not only him, but fallen angels that we refer to as demons. I realize this is getting a little bit out there for the kids.
Right.
Okay.
All right, y'all give
Good job, Bill.
All right, well, you know some of y'all still trickling in, so this is week 7 of the NGM Workshop. The topic of the night is spiritual awareness, and as I'm sitting back there saying to myself, even out of adults, what is the spirit? What is the spirit to us? Huh? Like your soul? Okay, any more? What's the spirit? What is the spirit?
That sounds like a conscience.
Like a conscience? Any more answers? Now you see the fact that nobody's hand is up, I think that's a huge problem for us. Because we talk about things and really don't have no ideas what we're talking
Don't
about.
ask questions.
For me, now one thing you need to know when I speak, I'm speaking from my personal perspective. This is not to say this is the law. I consider spirits like energy. Positive and negative energy. Things you can't see. You can't see the electricity that's going through that plug right now. But I promise if you stick your hand in there, that's what helped me make it make sense. This stuff you can't see, let's just be honest. This stuff, the spiritual things you can't see with your eyes. Say, we can't see it. And I think we as people, we get so caught up in thinking we gotta act like we know. When really we don't know. I don't know what a spirit look like. But in my mind, that's how I make it make sense. Energy. Because I work in electrical, I know it takes a positive and a negative to make something work. I know you can't see the power, but I know not to, it's there. It's there. And I know in my personal life, I done had positive and negative influence. So we're talking about tonight about spiritual awareness, just being aware of spiritual things. Because everything that's happening, it ain't what you can see. You can't see the air you breathe, but you need it. Without even thinking about it, your body is taking it in right now. So there's other things going on in life that I think at a younger age, we may not pay a lot of attention to. Now for me personally, I'm going to give a little introduction for the next speaker that's coming up. And I'm going to tell you, I had heard about spiritual stuff. And, like I'm telling you, you hear about stuff, but do you really it didn't really make sense to me. And I wasn't going to go to nobody and say what this means. We go through life like that on a lot of subjects, just acting like we know. And this may seem like a basic thing to a lot of y'all, but I'm telling you, for me, it changed my life. I was a bad child. I got a lot of trouble. By the time I met this man, I had been to prison I've been to pretty much everything in the state of Florida got off. Program, rehab, everything, anger management, detention center, county jail, prison. By the time I met this man, I've been to prison 3 times. I was really lost. And I'm telling you, that's a bad feeling. It's one thing to make mistakes as a kid, but it's a bad feeling to get up in your 30s and 40s, man, and still be caught up. And you don't really know what, you just lost. You got this record. And so I was in a bad place where I tell myself a lot of times, I believe I was going to just go on and do something and just catch that big bid, I call it, check in. A lot of dudes do it. I'm seeing it now. You can't make it out here, so you just go on and do something real bad to go catch them 15 or 20, because that's an excuse. If you're in prison, you got an excuse for not, being nothing. But it's hard to be out here and can't figure out. It's one thing when I'm locked up. But to be out here and can't figure it out, so that's where I was. I had a wife, I had kids, I was just caught up. And I remember asking my mama one time, man, do we have mental illness in our family? And she got mad at me, but I was being honest. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I know the right thing to do, but I don't do it. Now, I'm the only one to say that. I know the right thing to do. Anybody ever did something and say, I know what I should do? Anybody?
up both hands.
You hear that little voice that say, don't do that. Don't do that. But you do it anyway. So this is the place I'm in. I'm wrestling with this. And for me personally, I don't give the devil no credit. It's me. It's me. I want to hear everybody say, my biggest enemy. Come on. My biggest enemy, is my enemy. This is the person I wrestle with. This is my worst battle right here, me. This person. Because all the devil can do is send suggestions. It's still up to us to take it out. So I was in a place where I was just like, man, I don't know, what I'm gonna do. And a buddy of mine had joined the church, and I saw the change. I saw his life, like, dang, he's going to church, his life better. We used to get in a lot of trouble together, and he invited me to church. And it was this man right here who was my pastor right now. And I can remember the first sermon, and I'm telling you, I come from a life where I'm suspicious of the church. And I tell y'all right now, in case I forget, be suspicious of whatever you hear. Study whatever you. We're not here to make you be any type of religion. Study. You was made. You have a creator. You was made by whoever you choose to believe in. Study. That's like Pastor Rich said. It's your relationship with whoever you believe in. Don't take what we telling y'all. Find out for yourself. Study. I promise you this. It's the best relationship you'll ever have. Because it's only so much we can do for you. But anyway, the first message was the spirit man against the flesh man. And I'm just looking at him saying, and it was so simple, but it makes so much sense to me. You got 2 dogs in your yard. Now we all acknowledge we have at least 2 people in us. Come on, anybody? I know some of us got 5 or 6, but at least 2. So he was saying it's like you got 2 dogs in your yard. The one you feed the most gonna run the yard. That seems real simple, though. The dog you feed the most is gonna run the yard. And he was just preaching on, well, who is you? Now, this where it's critical at. If it's 2 voices, that one voice that's saying, don't steal your daddy change out his drawer. Right? That's one voice saying, don't steal your daddy change out his drawer. The other voice is saying, get that change, you can buy something when you go to school in the morning. Right? Now, let's say them 2 different people. Voice saying, don't steal the change. The other voice saying we can get some hot chips in the morning. Now, if they had to eat food, who do you think get fed the most on a daily basis? Because you're on the phone. The bear? Because what we do most of the day? Watch it, get on the phone, listen to the crazy stuff. I wish your dad would have been here. We don't take But that's it's what the world. I ain't even gonna put you on the spot. You know what the world feeds the most. The world feeds world star videos, fighting, girls twerking. Whatever other person, what do you eat? Pretty much. And I'm telling you what, I was to the place where it had got to a whisper. And that other person is, man, bump that. We so used to doing what we doing, and just hearing that message. That's why I think words are so powerful, as the pastor said. Just hearing that message at that time, he basically challenged me. Feed the other voice. Feed that other source. Get some information in you. Get some truth in you to balance it. You can't fight that person just you still drinking, getting hot. You ain't gonna win because all that's going to him. So it forced me to say, you know what? I'm gonna see. I'm finna see. When I started, for me it was church. And like I said, I won't tell nobody else. For me it was church. Going to work, hearing more of the word. Now I can, when he says, let's go to the club, I can say, no, we ain't going to the club. You know, when he say holler at this girl, I can say, no, man, I'm going home to my wife. And I'm telling you, I am proof. You know, some of y'all don't understand that, but I do a little rapping. We're going to bring that up later. But I am evidence. It worked. It worked, because I promised I couldn't figure this out on my own. But the more I start feeding that other person, the stronger I got. You know, my wife together, we got kids. And it's all thankful to the word I heard. So y'all give my pastor a hand, John.
All right, how y'all doing? Good. How y'all doing? Talk good. Listen, we're not here to hurt you all. We're here to help. Whenever somebody comes in your life and help you ought to have enough sense to pay attention. You asked the question, where's the devil?
Yes, sir, Reverend.
Well, the Bible says the devil is the opposite. So the devil is confusion. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
So,
Good answer, Reverend. Good answer.
I want to talk to y'all tonight from Ephesians 6 and 10. But I want you to pay attention. Young man, look at me. Amen. I want you to pay attention because I want to say something very important. And it can help you if you don't let it slip. If you don't pay attention, you let it slip. And all the good knowledge that you can get, you let it slip. It can't help you when you leave. Because one day you don't leave. In Ephesians, it say, "Finally, my brother, be strong." I'm talking with his sister too. Say, "Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in his might." Never say be strong in you. Never say be strong in you. But it say be strong in the Lord and in his might and in his power. Because that's the only way you can defeat the enemy. The enemy that tries to come in your life and cause you to wrong, disobey your mama, walk in disobedience, have caused trouble in schools, trouble in your community. The only way you can defeat him, you got to defeat him in the Lord. Y'all understand that? You know who the Lord is? Who? God. Okay. And so in order, only way you can be strong in the Lord, that means you got to have a relationship with God. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And the only way I can have a relationship with God, first of all, I got to be born again. Then I got to start studying His Word. Just like you go to school, you study math, you study history, you study different books and different classes. It's the same way you got to study the Bible so you can be strong in God, so you can know God. Because every morning you get up and walk out the house, the enemy don't show you. He always tells you to do something evil. And let me say this, the one you feed the most is going to be the one that's going to be strong in your life. If you feed him less, he becomes weak. If you feed your spirit more, your spirit becomes strong. If you feed your flesh more, your flesh becomes strong. And that's where the war is at. The devil operates in your flesh. Y'all ever heard of the devil? You know what the Bible says about him? So he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He want to destroy your life while you're in your youth. While you're small. Help. It can't too much help yourself. He want to destroy you then. He gets his spirit upon you, disobedient. Cause you to do what? Steal. Cause you to lie. Cause you to fight. He's not the author of peace. He's the author of peace. And the only way you can overcome him, you're going to have some Lord, have to have God in your life. Any of y'all go to church? Everybody go to church. Everybody go to church. And so when you got some God in your life, and you study the Bible and get God in you, and then you become strong, so you can overcome the devices of the devil. Because he throws his little doubts in your mind. But that's what he want to control you. He want to control you in your mind. Because the Bible says, so if a man thinketh, so is he. So if the devil can get this in your mind and get you thinking this and thinking that, then he controls you. And what he want to control you for? To destroy you. He want to destroy you. Can y'all hear me say something? Say, my good.
My good.
You're going to become my better.
Gonna become my better.
My better, you're going to become my best. My better. Precepts a lot. And the Bible says, in the last days, our kids were going to be much wiser. And our kids today is way more wiser than when I was a kid. You know, y'all ain't scared to take risks. You're scared to take chances. And if you don't get some God in your life, the risk and chance you're going to take will have you a problem in 3 places. Graveyard, jail, or just walking the street all alone. And where there's no vision, people perish. And you're at the right age to get a vision for yourself, get a dream for yourself. And so many words begin to think not what you want to become in life. Anybody ever sat down and thought what you want to become in life? You know what you want to become in life? What? That is it. Okay, what about you? Huh? What about you? How old are you? 12? 5 more years, you're going to be 17. Better get a vision now. What about you, young man? You 14? How are you? 12? You're going to be 17. 5 more years. How are you, young man? Huh? How do you eat? Okay, how are you? How are you? 12? 13? 14? And so y'all haven't thought what you want to be in life? You ain't going to accomplish nothing in life if you don't get a relationship with God. And once you get a relationship with God, He'll give you strength. He'll give you that positive mind. So you got that negative, you got that positive. The devil wants you to have a negative mind so he can bring destruction in your life. And have you walk. Young man, you okay?
Yeah.
Are you hearing what I'm saying? I didn't come to talk to you to waste words. Okay, I come to help. And so you need to pay attention. And you always ought to be focused on the one who talks. You know, because man, we're concerned about you all. You know, if Jesus tarries on the next 15, 20 years, you all going to be pastor, apostle, prophet, evangelist, teacher. You all going to be school teachers. You all going to be principal. It's going to be up to y'all to be firemen, policemen. Because in the next 15, 20 years, we get a little older, and y'all going to have to come up. And if you don't start working to have a better life now. You know, I was telling the church the other day, a lot of us was one paycheck from being homeless. You see people walking the street now, you know what happened? They didn't live to plan. And if you don't live to plan and start planning, you see guys walking the street, sometimes you look at them and say, wow, what is wrong with them? You can be the same way. If you don't plan to have a better life, and if you don't pay attention to your parents, to adults, you got to pay attention to adults, you got to pay attention to your parents, you got to pay attention to the school teachers. If you just go to school and ignore them and just want to play in class, instead of waiting to get on the playground and play, in class you got to learn. You got to catch something that can help you in life. Because as these years pass, and you get a year older, then you're going to reach a certain age, you're going to be on your own. And what have you ever accomplished? Because from 1 to 26 is your learning years. And from 26 on is you put in life what you don't learn. And you're at a good age to start learning. Because you're going to get older. And listen, the devil is real, and he's loose. And he's looking for a body to possess. Just like God wants to possess your body. He wants to possess your body. So he can get you to do things he wants you to do. And I told you, according to John 10:10, the Bible said that evil is the devil. He's going to steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to destroy your life. He wants to steal your life. And he wants to kill you, especially at a young age. And it's too much. You got something to say? Right. That's what the devil is. You heard the devil? You heard you talk about the devil? You want to destroy you at that young age. See, just like the chaperone police take you to jail, devil won't take you to jail. Devil won't take you to his jail so he can move. Devil wants you to work for him just like God wants you to work for him. And life is all about choices. And the worst thing in life is make bad choices at an early age. Y'all at the right age now to listen to these people that come in mentor you. So you can help you make the right choices in life. How many want to make the right choices in life? Come on, put them hands up. You don't be shy when somebody, you want to make the right choice in life, you put them hands up. You need errors in your life. Like what's going on now is probably the best thing that can ever happen. But you can't let them come and sit in groups like this and speak into your spirit and you ignore it. Like everybody ought to have pencil and paper. Don't you know you learn better when you write down? But you come by here, but when you write down something, you should always come to these classes with paper and pencil. You write down what is being said. And then when you leave, you go home and reread it. Because faith comes by hearing and hearing. So you can always reread it to yourself. Because this good knowledge that's being said. And he said, finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in his might. Never say be strong in you, but we have to be strong in him. If I put it on the whole armor of God, what's the whole armor of God? It's spiritual. The helmet of salvation is spiritual. The breastplate of righteousness is spiritual. Everything is spiritual when you deal with God. And so in order to walk in the spiritual with God, then you got to become born again so you can live a spiritual life. You're not going to overcome the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life unless you have a spiritual life. If you don't have no spiritual life, you're going to fall right into it. The lust of this flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. But with a spiritual life, you can overcome it. Because those are the three devices in the word. The lust of the eye, the pride of life, and the lust of the flesh. And without a spiritual life, you're going to fall right into it. And it's like a magnet. It pulls you into it. But only through the power of God you can escape it. Only through the power of God you can overcome it. And so I want to say to each and every one, you need God in your life. And you ain't too young, and you ain't too old. Yeah, I'm going to pass it. I'm going to put some on. You want some more? You put some on today? Oh, okay. I put all of them, folks.
Show on the bag.
Do that now.
Show on the bag.
What's right now? That's good. And so, listen to me. You're going to have to get some God. It's good to get at an early age. Train up a child the way you should go. And when they get older, you won't depart. And so you're at the right age. You really want to succeed in life and become anything great. It starts right here. It starts. Don't wait till you get up here. I heard the proof say he was about 34. I was 35 before I was a change. During my youth years, I did everything the devil said. Everything he told me to do. Did drugs, drank, steal, everything. But I came to a life where I got tired of it. And so, see, that's why y'all need guys like us to share our testimony with you so y'all won't make the mistake we made. Suppose I wouldn't have made it to 35 where I changed my life. And the saddest thing, we got too many young boys and young girls being buried in the grave. Know why? Bad choices. They made bad choices, good character, bad company, corrupt good character. And so sometimes you have to be very careful who you hang out with. You might not be that type of guy, but because you hang out with that guy. So you got to make right choices in life. Wrong choices get you locked up in jail. Wrong choices get you in the graveyard. Wrong choices cause you to lose it. So you always got to be around somebody that make good choices. Be around somebody that make bad choices. And sometimes you be around somebody that make bad choices, you ain't gonna be on them. Just being with them, you can get the same punishment they get. What you want to be in now? Doctor. Okay, that's good. You studying for it? You studying for it now? You got to start studying for it. You start at this early age. What you want to be in? Firefighter? All right, that's good too. What you want to be in?
Basketball player or engineer?
Basketball player. Stand up as I told you. All right, you growing, right? Engineer. That's good. That's good. What about you, young man? Basketball. Stand up as I told you. You play now? You go to league? You play school? What school? What position you play? Right? You don't know position? You play golf? Oh, you all around. Okay. All right, you probably gonna make it. You play all around. And so back to you, city plus. Find my brother be strong, the Lord, and then invite him to fire. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's a spiritual battle. Are you hearing me? It's a spirit. When you start acting ugly and cut up, it's a spiritual battle. When you go against your mom and dad, it's a spiritual battle. I believe this proof. I believe God proof.
Yes, sir.
I believe God put in all of us the ability to know right from wrong.
Absolutely. No
I
question.
believe everybody God put in them the ability to know right and wrong. But the choice comes. And if you being pressed more by the enemy, then you're going to do what he said. See, one thing about God, he don't force nothing. Revelation 3:20, he said, I'm not at the devil. And if any man open, I come in. But the devil said, I kick the door down to get in. The devil said, I pick the lock, I break the window to get in. The devil do anything to get in. But God just knocks. He said, if any man open, I'll come in and sup with him. You should be my people, I'll be your God. But the devil said, I ain't doing no knocking. I want to force myself. I want to force myself. And so every morning you get up, you got to protect yourself with the goodness of God, because the devil trying to force himself into your mind and make you do what? Disobey your parents. He's trying to force himself into your mind to make you disobey the teachers. Try to force himself in you to make you cut up and fight. That's how he operates. He want to force himself in you. And just make you do just crazy stuff, skip school. And so you need Christ in you to protect you. And so the Spirit of God is my protection. Matter of fact, there's a scripture in the Bible saying, no way can the flesh be subject to the things of God. The carnal mind. So the carnal mind represents the flesh. And so in no way the flesh can be subject to the things of God. So the flesh says, bump everything God said. And that's what, when the flesh rises upon you, say, bump everything your mama said. So your mama don't know what she's talking about. Your dad knows what you're talking about. Say, come on, follow me. And so he pulls you out to cause you to make bad choices, because he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's the purpose of death. And right there where he want to kill you, right there where he want to destroy you. And that's why sometimes you got to say, Mom, Dad, let's go to church. Just like you got your math book, your history book, guess what other kind of book you need? What you need? You need a Bible. Just like you read your math book so you can know how to add and do multiplication and all that, you need a Bible so you can know more about God. And the more I know about God, and the more I get God in me, the stronger I can be. But I be strong in Him, not in myself. And so your good become your better, and your better become your best. And those steps only can happen with Christ. There's so many people started out without Christ, but as they got up, they fell. There's a scripture in the book of Psalms 27. It talks to David, talks about, say, I have seen how the green bay tree spread, branches were strong. But he said in the end, when I looked for them, they couldn't be found. They couldn't be found. He said, I saw them go forth like a big green bay tree. How the leaves spread and the branch spread, but in the end, they couldn't be found. And I think about when I was coming up, guys thought they had everything. In the end, they can't be found. And so in Christ, that's where your strength is at. Christ is the author of obedience. The devil is the author of disobedience. And so you got to make a choice in your life. And the choice you need to make is right. Your age right now. The age you are right now, you need to make a choice of what you want to become, what you want to be, what you want to accomplish in life. If you ain't got it. The Bible says give the devil no room. And without Christ, without knowing Christ, you give him all the room. Because if you give him any room, he's going to take it. So I want to say a prayer with you guys, sisters, that y'all heed to the information that the elders is trying to give y'all to make it better in life. Better around your mom and dad, better among the school teachers. I don't care what the crowd doing, you don't have to do it. Everybody knows right. You got to learn how to walk away. You got to turn and go a different direction when you see it. If you see a fight, you don't just walk in. Sometimes we like to walk up to it and watch it. That's bad. You need to walk away from it. Can I pray for y'all? Stand. Our God, our Father, thank you for this moment. Thank you for the place we're in. Lord, nothing we can say that you don't already know. But God, today I pray upon this youth. You said in the book of Joel that in the last days you shall pour out your spirit upon all flesh. Our sons and daughters shall prophesy. Young men shall have visions. Old men shall dream dreams. I pray, God, that your word, I know it's settling down, but I pray, God, that it will fall on each and every one of these that are here gathered in this place. And Lord, as I speak life into their spirit, life into their body, I pray even your will be done, and that your kingdom come, and that your bread grow in them, God. I bless them, God, that you will take these as they come and hear what the elders are saying. And Lord, you will use them. And as you spoken to Jeremiah, say, before I formed you in your mama belly, I knew you, and you called him to be a prophet unto the nations. I pray, God, that you will use these to be great into the kingdom. And whatever goal they may require to have, pray that they will accomplish their goal. Lay your hands upon them, God, and they'll have your protection. Lay your hands upon them, God, and they'll have your spirit. Lay your hands upon them, God, and no weapon formed against them will prosper. We thank you, oh God. And God, as we thank you for the men that take their time, God, to bless these children, God. We ask you to bless them, that unity always abide in the midst of them, God. And oh God, as you grant Jabez's request, so grant them their request. I pray, God, that they be obedient in their home, among their parents. I pray, God, that they be obedient in school among the teachers. I pray, God, that they will be peaceful on the playground, God. And I pray, God, that your spirit will cover them and follow them wherever they're going. Pray, God, as you use Joseph and a dream, so give them a dream, God, and show them your handiwork upon their life, that the way they should go, God, your spirit will lead them. Let them be something awesome in the kingdom, awesome in the community, God. And let them become leaders and not fathers, God. And we give you glory, we give you praise. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
All right. We're going on. Hey, where y'all going? Hey, y'all going? Don't leave yet. We got peace. Almost over. Y'all almost over. Y'all almost there. See, that's that other voice telling you, I got to get up out of here. I got to get out of here. Y'all almost there. Got a treat for you. See, most of us had that other person. The other person we've been talking about all night. We hide them real good. We hide that other person real good. But I'm going to give y'all the opportunity to meet the other side of me. Y'all work with me because I ain't never did this in front of nobody. What up? Now the thing I need y'all to know is this person I'm about to introduce y'all to used to be in charge. He used to make all the decisions. And when y'all looking at this, I want y'all to just, if y'all don't take nothing else away from him, just ask yourself, who making the decisions in your life? Which dog running the yard? All right, now
Hey man, check this out. Hearing voices in your head is supposedly considered a sign of insanity. But to me, anybody who say they don't hear voices is a sign that they lying. And I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of hearing this dude steady whispering in my ear, man. So here's a message to Satan, the #1 hater. Check this out. No pain, no gain. The more pain you cause, the harder I fall. All you gon' do is provoke me to keep pressing. I ain't gon' take it no more. It's your boy Proof, back in the booth. Please allow me to introduce the evil twin that sleeps within. Sit back and relax as we begin. Yeah, man, it's my time we got this out in the open. My spirit is stuck in your flesh, but a house divided can't stand. It ain't gonna be but one man in this house. Life is been a struggle, but you got us through the jungle just to make it. I'ma need your heart and your hunger for prisons, addictions. These are the places that you take us. The kids depending on us to make it. One thing I know how to do is get paid. Yeah, it's like I'm in the middle of 2 closed doors. But how to trust God is one thing I know. Let your voice get loose, let me do what I do. Cause every time I listen to you, we lose. But have you forgot all the pain you've caused? But before greatness must come patience. Genesis must lead to revelation. But before greatness must come patience. Genesis must lead to revelation. Take a full ride down in Northside. I'm sick and tired of trying to hold me down. Just do you, cause I'm a do me. You know I'm the one that really came to see. Yeah, you the one that tried to take us 4-5. Wasn't that you with that 4-5 in your mouth? It was just cause I was sick and tired of fighting you. And no, it was a gift from the hell you took us to. What's saying it was your simple liberation. I didn't know you was moving for the white girls. It's like you forgot because you wasn't ready for them. But it was you that betrayed her and her that forgave her. Taking care to give her who was locked up state. And she chose me over you. Don't hate. But before greatness must come patience. Genesis must lead to revelation. But before greatness must come patience. Genesis must lead to revelation. Because I got saved, I got soft. You want the glory, but you don't want to pay the cost. Jesus comes home in time of we don't grow in the daytime, Lord. We're walking in the fall. It's cold, Lord. Before it's over, you don't need me to take charge. We both need help, that's easy to see. So I'm gonna follow God, you just follow me. But this isn't a negotiation, it's a takeover. Oh, so you a soldier? High roller. Well, I hope you're ready for war, bro. Cause I'm hoping by the Holy Ghost you can't win. I'm gonna whoop you with this word every chance I get. So this battle is to be continued. But before greatness must come patience. Genesis must lead to revelation. But before greatness must come patience. Genesis must lead to revelation.
Laugh at me. Right?
You're right.
Who wants to start? Yeah. Okay, so the basis of this, like I said, I wanted to make a song where I was you know, just to show that battle between self, because I think that's the biggest battle we gonna all go through. But the title of the song is Genesis Must Lead to Revelation. And that just means seek for yourself. Revelation is something people don't talk about a lot, and it may be something you may not understand. But I'm telling you, if you ask God for an answer to something, He'll show it to you. He'll show it to you. And I challenge y'all when y'all leave here today, because one thing I know about the enemy, whatever you call it, his work ethic is impeccable. You can say what you want, he on his job all day, all the time. I promise you, before you leave out of here, Man, bump that junk they talking about. He on his job. You can't say he don't work. So I just challenge y'all as you leave here today, with everybody, take what everybody said to you, start asking yourself, who is this? Who this is? Who this is I'm listening to right now? Who this is telling me to do this right now? You know, and something my pastor say a lot is the trouble flesh gets you in, you don't notice how he disappears. See, it's a good thing y'all don't know about this yet, but I'm going to tell you something. There's no sound that will wake you up quicker than jail doors closing. You could be high out your mind, you could be feeling how you want to feel. When that door click, it seems like you just by yourself. What happened? What happened? The person that got me here and left me seems like. Now you wake up all of a sudden like, you know. So y'all can look at it like this. When you do what you do, and mama and daddy go grab that belt, why it seem like your mind just open up then? Huh? You don't notice that? Like, oh, what's going on? Hold up, what's happening? No, who the person was just throwing rocks down there. Where they at? So I just challenge y'all, man, tonight was about spiritual awareness and just being aware of spiritual things, because I know we all want to do good things. We want to live a good life. We want to work. We want to play sport. We want to do the right thing, but it's not that simple. It just ain't that simple. It's somebody else that want to do something. It's somebody else that have a plan for your life too. So as you leave here today, man, I want to thank all our speakers. Y'all give them a hand again.